I ain't paying attention.
No, it's really, when you really do, you really be doing his uncle thing. He don't pay nothing. I was like, this is how I act when I do the class.
I was giving you guys a taste of your own medicine. Not paying attention, not participating.
I just don't talk. I actually do, talk about the time. And
So-
they be doing like 4 videos in one.
So-
I'm like, what?
Somebody was going to lead a group on Wednesday, and then here's what happened. I'll show you. Oh, I hate this. Not this. These guys are idiots. Ready? You ever seen this movie? It's a classic.
What is this?
Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
This is what happened on Wednesday why I had to cancel class. Shitter was full. He's staying outside the dude's house in his RV and he just dumps the shitter.
I have this terrible suspicion that Catherine and Eddie don't have any presents for me.
You ever seen Christmas Vacation? It's probably not like a classic. What would be a classic movie you guys would watch during Christmas time? Oh, a cartoon.
This is Christmas.
No, the
It'll
one
be Christmas.
with Jim Carrey. I watched that one. I watched the
What about Elf?
Elf.
Elf is cool.
Elf on the Shelf?
No.
I didn't like Elf. I thought it was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like he was playing like a retarded person, like a slow person. That kind of thing was real. And then like he took, and then like all these people in the real world, and like that's not real Santa. I'm like, okay, this is a little weird, but I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it.
So I gotta get this show on the road.
Did you fill out your FAFSA? Have you ever done a FAFSA?
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the only way the Ohio State people qualify for the grant. And there's only 9 who had filled out their FAFSA.
You can't put it up with each other.
You can fill it out whenever you want. I would be late all the time. They let you fill it out for October. You're talking early for next year. I'm talking, you can fill out the FAFSA whenever you want.
I'm confused.
Did you fill out your
Oh,
FAFSA?
look who showed up.
Okay. So there's 9 people that qualify based on the FAFSA filled out.
You gotta put up the new one or the old one?
It would be last year. You did the new one? Oh, I didn't know
I
you
have
did.
to.
Well, you have to, right?
Well, you told us you were gonna put it up in December.
That's for next year. Probably.
All right.
Yeah. Do you need a screen at all?
Nah, I need
Okay.
a marker. You got a marker for here?
Oh shit. If not, I can go get you one.
That's a highlight. Yeah, I need a marker though.
They just gave me a new one.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. It's a dope group. I don't look like this was Monday.
Man, it sucks that nobody shows up for class.
It do. And it don't even be hard classes. They be
I
missing.
know. It's just we doing a whole group. It's like got 2 people to talk to. And then like the activity I got is kind of like I got enough for it. But, I was hoping I at least had a 5.
Yeah.
So, we'll make it work. Anybody got a charger on it?
I just left over another thing.
Charles was late to class. I'm like, man, did he cancel class? I'm sitting here. I've been here since about 12:40. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in here on time. Make sure.
So my ass is sitting there on the computer, filling out the session codes. I'm like, oh, shit. I ain't even ate yet today. I didn't want to eat till I left campus. I think I'm gonna get some Chipotle.
I haven't even ate today.
I'm hungry though now. hate
Pay
paying,
my car note.
but it's not so hard paying bills, really.
Luckily, I ain't there all the way.
Well,
I done got a little
yeah.
taste of it. I ain't all the way there though.
That car note's enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Car insurance.
I'm about to be paid off though, so I'm about to be
Yeah.
good.
My last car, between my car insurance and my car note, was $600. Mm-hmm. So good. Got a car now though, that one's paid off, so I ain't worried about that.
Dang.
You don't got no marker.
They just got them new for us. It took them 3 months to get new ones.
Markers.
There ain't no money.
I would've went gotcha.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But that's what we end up doing, and then you end up going broke buying stuff
if
they
you
should.
buying your stuff. for yourself.
Yeah, and I refuse.
I
I'm
don't blame you
sorry.
for that.
I
No, they
refuse.
should do it.
I
Y'all
can't.
should have taken donations.
Nikita buys a lot of stuff. I told her to stop. I said,
She
you
do
need to
buy a
stop
lot.
buying
Hey,
this
she
shit
does, she buys like a lot.
all the time.
Okay. Right. So, my name is Tyler Robinson. I did my group over Boys Identity. And before we get started, I just want to ask how everybody's doing. Thanks for Iron Nation. I'm gonna pass you the ball. Let me know how your week went. Let me know how you guys are doing before we get started. You start off, Joe.
So, it has been crazy. My name is John. The week has been crazy mostly because we're trying to get all of our students a scholarship. The administration has been kind of difficult with it. We're also trying to get the UC trip set up. They do have a date, but it's a day when none of us from Central can be here. 11/11/23. Nisha can't come, Nikita, myself, so we're asking Edison now. We want everyone hit. Did you go to UC last year?
No, I want to go though.
You were
Yeah.
going to. Did you go?
I was supposed
No,
to
I
go.
want to go.
So it's like a month out, and if UC's okay with just sending the bus up and driving you down, that's maybe what we're going to do. Does that answer anything?
That tells me how you feeling. Actually, tell me how you feeling before you go.
Definitely feeling overwhelmed or stressed, but making it.
Okay.
I got to go run. I need 27 miles the next 3 days, so I'm going to go run 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-care.
I feel good. I feel good. I had a long week. I've been stressed out. Between like bills, life, I was stressed a little bit. But I'm okay today. I feel better today. I was on the good side. I've just been doing all my work and working in sports. So,
Bills are stressful.
my God.
I was just about to.
And they just keep coming.
No,
I was trying to balance it to you.
what am I like? Oh,
How you
well,
feeling? How's your week going?
it's okay. I just have homework. Not a lot, but I'm trying to make balance, especially with the papers. But I don't know. I'm ready to go. I'm just ready to go home next week. I really is. I don't really.
You going home next week? Homecoming next week.
I saw the lineup.
You're leaving?
Yeah. I did the same thing last. I did the same thing last year.
I never went though. I don't blame you. I never went. It's one of my first year it's actually doing homecoming.
I don't know. I'm not. I feel like if I'm at homecoming, like for real, I'll do it senior year because I want my friends from back home to come be there with me.
And they will?
But the problem is I don't have a room to myself, and my players get a room to myself so they can like spend the night over there. But no,
Okay.
I got a roommate, so I don't really care. So I don't care. And then I saw the concert who's gonna play. I'm like, yeah, I don't know that person, and I'm not gonna be in that contact like I know that big song, and I can't.
Okay.
I'm not good at faking it.
Okay.
So I'm just ready to go home.
Okay.
And this celebrating my friend's birthday.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna answer the question too. I'm feeling decent because life is hitting a little bit, money a little bit tight. We're in the core of school now, so just trying to figure everything out, get my podcast and things together along with school. So just trying to figure everything out as a whole. And I also gave you a card, which is our quote of the day. Can you read it off to us, please?
Push yourself because no one will do it for you.
Okay, what do you think that means to you?
You gotta do it yourself.
Okay.
Like, no way ain't gonna be there to put it in no more. I said no more because high school people, no, high school is not putting it in. My school. I would say freshman year, you had advisors who were there to like kind of push you a little bit more, or like people around you trying to like look at other stuff. But like when you become like a junior, senior, you kind of get that. Oh man, I have to figure out my own class for real because I can't ask them how this class was. You have to figure out yourself and know what you want to do by yourself now. And you gotta do your own homework. And you gotta keep up with your homework.
For sure. Okay. So I'm gonna get into the root of why we're here. The theme of the week is connecting with others and highlighting the stigma that young boys in the society face. For example, we are taught to have no emotions or show emotions. How many of you feel you stuck in the real man standard? So you guys can just kind of be.
I can put my finger on why I think.
Okay. Why do you think we're stuck in the real man standard? Like as young boys, why do you feel that we have a standard that society has made that what a man is?
I think that it falls back to like generations from before. And if you're going back, I want to say you're going back to like even your ancestors, they were slaves most likely. So we were taught even men should have thick skin. And I just think that it just is naturally passed down. I don't think that people are taught anything different. So they're just continuing what they've been taught, even though it's not working. So I think it's just like something generational. I think that you would have to know something different to expect something different from me.
Right, and this goes in more to my reading in terms of sometimes we are subjected or forced into others' opinions since the beginning of time of how a man looks and acts. Responsibilities must be upheld, especially in the Black rural communities. And to kind of piggyback off of that, I feel that as young Black men or young Black children, we are held to a standard where we're supposed to be handling everything. We're supposed to be paying bills at a young age, things around that nature. And I feel we already are in a grudge match, fighting with ourselves and fighting to become who we need to be. So I'm gonna ask this question too. Why do you feel in Black rural communities we face this standard?
Okay.
Anybody
I was
can
trying to
answer.
like let my, I think it's because we already dealt a messed up hand in the African American community. So where that stems from is from moms trying to prepare their sons for the world that they're going to face as an adult. So in that aspect, it does force you to grow up faster because now you have to realize things that other people don't have to realize at a very young age because you're going to grow up and be this Black man that could be a threat or a Black man that's stereotyped by other nationalities or whatever. You're automatically looked at. We grow up faster, we look older faster, we get mustaches faster. Like Black boys look like men before they're men.
Mhm.
So I think that moms just try to prepare them for that because you're judged as a man, not as a boy.
For sure. Okay. Anybody else want to add on to that?
I want to chime in about the first question too, but just like historically, men in general, and it's only been the past 100 years we've had cheap oil and cheap electricity. And I know I'm going philosophical here, but with cheap oil and cheap electricity, first off, that did end slavery in the United States, which sounds really weird, but that's where we got John Deere tractors and like things to harvest the field and like big machines. It also cut a lot of the work out for what a man has to do in terms of hunting and gathering. So like going back even historically further, like to hunt for food, and men are usually still a little physically bigger. I think even in the Olympics, that's still the case. And then men are unable to have a child. So like we can't bear children. So we do have to put stuff together, maybe start a fire, cook a meal, chop down a tree, It has gotten easier with cheap oil. So in the past 100 years, we've got a way to heat our house without chopping down trees. We've got a way to cook food and it's shipped to us. But in the pandemic and the past few years with inflation, we've seen oil and electric get so much more expensive that it's getting back to where it is our physical labor is necessary for some things. So I don't know if any of that made sense, but like it's
Yeah,
just
it
more
does.
philosophical.
It makes sense.
It does. Okay. So the purpose of my boys circle is to not only recognize the problem we face in society, but unite as men in society to fix our problem for the future of young kids facing the male standard. And this is a safe space to talk about relatable stigmas we may see or have to go through in our community. Let's come up with solutions to help our community. Self-disclosure is allowed when it's beneficial to this group. So we're gonna do an icebreaker. It's gonna be a telephone game, but I'm gonna use a ball. But it's basically with the telephone game, we will be, I'm gonna ask you a question and I want everybody just to answer. And my question to you all is, do you feel the responsibility as a young boy is too much in households? Like, do you feel like the responsibility for young boys growing up is too much for children in the household? Does that make sense?
It does.
So anybody want to start?
Start early.
Oh. What was the question? I don't listen, but
How do you feel? Do you feel the responsibility of young boys in households are too much to bear with?
I feel like in like most houses, I don't want to say most or some, because I don't know, but I do think like when it comes to certain households and like the dad or the mom puts all this like pressure on the son to be a man, but he's only like 13. I feel like it does get pressure to them because they don't know what it is. They don't know what it is if you don't show them, if they only get it from, social media and they go on the wrong part of social media at that. So I feel like I do think it does pressure them. But for me, my mom, she never really did that because we were all, like, I was born 2 years, my brother, and another year, my little brother came. We were all close in age. And I'm the oldest, so for me, I had to be like a role model. But I'm like, I'm literally like 3 years older than you. Like, I was still in the diaper when they were born, or like I was still getting or whatever. So I didn't know I had to be some type of role model. Was I? No. I guarantee you I was not. I was fighting them. I was beating them up. I was beating them up. I'm not gonna trigger. I was beating them up just because they wanted to annoy me. But was that right? No. No, but I just feel like I feel like when you are the oldest son, there is a lot of responsibility on you because they're like, we have to be the man of the house at one point, and you gotta go role model to like your younger siblings. It's like, well, I can't be both right now. Let me be a kid first, and then you can when I'm older, like when I start asking or something.
For sure.
But I don't speak for myself. Yeah, that's it.
I'm kind of piggyback off her a little bit. I think that it depends on if a father figure is in the home or not, how much pressure is put on the son. If a dad's not there, I feel like the mom begins to treat her son like her man. And a lot of times, she talks to you like you're a man, and then she expects you to do man stuff. And like, I feel like that's a big difference. I've been in both situations where there's a man in the house and there's not. And I just feel like if you're not aware, you do it unawareingly. Like you expect your son to be a man unawareingly. But literally it's because either their dad went ghost, or their dad's just not there, or he's incarcerated, or he died when they were a baby or born. So they expect them to grow up because they don't have nothing else to look up to. But then if you're talking about, like when you say in the household, I was trying to decipher what you meant. If you're talking about as far as chore-wise, no. I think that in my house, I feel like the male has the least amount to do in the house, if we're talking about chore-wise. And that's just because, not on purpose, it's just naturally like, oh, there's 3 girls and 1 boy, so y'all wash the dishes, mop the floor, you just take out the trash and clean your room.
That's what I did.
And like, and literally that's what it is. It really is. Like, so I'm like, I just expect you to clean your room, clean up after yourself, and take out the trash. And then they gotta clean the bathrooms, the kitchen. Like, so when you look at it like that, it's different. But outside of the home, you got to cut the grass. Like, you got to do the stuff outside. So when you say in the home, if I'm doing it just based off of like chore wise, no, I don't feel like I expect that much. Mentally though, I feel like I expect more from my son than my daughter. And that's not fair. Now I'm trying to work on that. But naturally it was just more like, I need you to be okay. Like if you're a mom of a boy, like they need you more, which is really weird, but they're needier. Boys are needier. I don't care. Nobody say they need their mama. Like, so I need to know if I go, if I die, you're okay. So mentally, I'm trying to prepare you for if I'm not here. So I think in that aspect, yeah, I expect more from him. Because my daughters, they don't have each other back. They already mentally okay. Like they already got it. My son, he's like looking for me. I don't care what I'm doing, sleeping. Don't let me go out. One time he said it's like 3:14 in the morning. Where you been? Like, go to bed. I get emails of me. Like I'm just like, so like I don't know. The expectations is different. And that's just how I feel. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I didn't know if it was going to bounce high or bounce low.
I was trying to like.
That's a good one. I do also think that it can be a little bit different for boys. I was a middle child. I was the middle of older sister, older brother, younger sister. So I did have to do all the chores. My dad did teach me to like chop wood and make a fire out, which was weird, but we didn't have to. But he just wanted me to do like manly stuff.
Yeah.
And they set me on survival things out in the middle of the woods and the wilderness with training, with like a guide to like, and I guess they thought that was important to be a survivalist. I also had to do the dishes. I had to like set the table and that, probably because I was the middle child, and then the oldest was gone and she was 8 years older. The youngest was 8 years younger. So I had to do most of that with my brothers. And I remember my dad emailing me at the age of 33. He said, "This is the year I started working out every single day of my life. And we got heart disease and all kinds of things. And it seemed burdensome at the time, but he was right. He's like, you need to do something every single day of your life, or your grandfather had a heart attack at 50, just from the stress of raising the family, paying for everything. He lived till 80, but he had his first heart attack at 50. So like, you might want to do something." I remember him saying that, like, on top of all the other crap we got to do, I got to exercise.
Right.
But bad ball, foul ball. I don't know if I answered your question again.
No, you did. I definitely agree with everybody. I'm a firm believer kids got to be kids. And why I say this is that kids are going to make mistakes, but you also have to use the mistakes to build them up. Because I feel like when you put that pressure on somebody at a young age, it messes them up in adulthood, in real life. And to her point, too, that we need our mamas. So, like, I'm kind of like that, too, in terms of I'm needy with my mom. So I feel that, you know, we got to let children, especially in this society, be children and just build them up and teach them along the way. It's a lot harder when you're in a household just with your mom and no father. The father figure is a factor that nobody really talks about, because it's hard growing up as a boy with no father. And I was blessed to have both, but my dad didn't come in my life till late. But I was blessed to have both, so it balances out. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys a question. How do you feel we create safety within this group? Anybody can raise their hand. I don't need everybody.
Non-judgmentalism.
Non-judgmentalism. Okay.
That's important.
I think at this point, we all got some type of a relationship. We don't have like at least 5 classes together. So like the trust is already there. So I think it just makes it okay to like talk and be a little more open than I would be in another class where I don't know.
Right.
Okay. Right, so we're gonna start writing guidelines within this group. And I just want you guys to just blurt out some guidelines that you think would be good for this group? You said non-judgmental?
Non-judgmentalism. It's kind of one of the social work standards. It's tough to do, but we can do it.
You said trust?
Yeah. What's that word for trust that I'm trying to think of?
Like the confidentiality?
Confidential.
Okay, yep. Keeping everything confidential. Not going to go gossip your stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to add to that? Elijah, you got anything?
Active listening, I guess.
Active listening.
You put transparent.
Listen, my handwriting is not this bad. It's just bored up.
It's all right. And you right at a weird angle.
I know, that's what I'm
Raise it
saying.
up.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't even worry about it. Can I get like 2 more?
Participation.
Yeah.
What about integrity?
Yeah.
Okay. So out of all of these guidelines we wrote, what do you think are the top 3 guidelines that you guys stated?
I think non-judgmental,
Confidentiality.
integrity, and confidential.
Okay.
I mean, it takes participation. Why can't I say it?
You're good.
It takes that, but you gotta have all those first before somebody's gonna open up and talk.
I definitely agree. Okay. So my guidelines I came up with was, are to talk and express comfortable and uncomfortable feelings you may feel and express the feelings as men about our identities and perception of society and experiences we may face today. Creating guidelines with our group, respecting others' opinions and everyone's experiences. We don't overtalk each other or disrespect each other. And if the conversation becomes too much, you're welcome to leave at any time. We promote execution, integrity, equality between everybody in this group. Equality, my bad. And this is the root of our circle. Okay, so this is our check-in. For this check-in, the theme of the week again is expression, and we're gonna figure out why it's so hard to express it. So the check-in with this check-in, I want you to say your name, and the question I have for you is, again, the theme of the week is expression, and why do you think it's so hard for us as men to express it? Express our emotions.
I think just going off of the guidelines of the group, in all honesty, as humans, we are judgmental, and that's why it's important to have non-judgmentalism. And competitive. Could you ask the question one more time?
The question is, why is it so hard for us to express our feelings as men?
Okay, and so with the trust and confidentiality, is a lot of times that's why folks see a counselor. It has to be kept confidential, because a lot of times if I am vulnerable with a friend, for the competitiveness, we'll share or like leak out a secret for power in whatever way, and it's burned me in the past, so I don't want to. Like in most groups, except for social work, I'm usually the only man in a lot of social work groups, but like it is not confidential or transparent or non-judgmental. It's the exact opposite. It's judgmental. It's not very trustworthy. It's not. It's like it's because of the competitive nature, whatever it may be. So like you kind of keep to yourself. You just shut up. You don't want it to be used against you. You don't want to show your weaknesses because, again, it could be used against you. That's why it was hard for me to ever talk about anything with disability. You know, like I've got a disability. I still hide it. I'm like, no, I don't have dyslexia. Sorry.
I feel like as a man, they're afraid of judgment, not being looked at as a man, or feeling soft. Or just feeling like, and it's hard for, I think it's hard for a man to feel vulnerable. And I always say if a person can make you, if a man can be made to feel vulnerable, that's probably the person for them. Because a lot of times men won't open up, and it's because we do judge. Like, I've seen that all the time. Like, women will be like, want you to open up and then use it against you in an argument.
Mhm.
Like, you can't do that, right? So, I mean, I say it all the time. So it's just like, that's where relationships fail. And I feel like men feel like if you can't be like vulnerable, then it's kind of hard to trust and open up about anything, right? So.
Sure.
No, oh, got it. It's- Well, I guess with, I don't know. Cause I just feel like opening up is hard anyway for anybody, but for just like a man, it's just like, it's like a different type of, I feel like it's a different type of feeling for them. Like they feel like, oh, this is how I'm feeling. And then like you turn around and be like, you're not supposed to feel that way. You're supposed to like man up every time they feel upset or like, or they express like how they feel. Then you turn like you being like you being this and that. It just shuts them down, and then that's where you get like, and then you wonder why they're like closed off and don't want to talk to you when obviously they do feel upset or they are angry about something, but they don't want to talk to you. And then like another thing is like, I feel like men still like they want to keep up, like keep that image, like yeah, we don't need to cry and stuff because it's like that's like years of a habit like that they were taught not to do. So I don't know. Hey, man. I just got rid of this.
I want to throw something in there.
To everybody's point, it's hard for men to open up because vulnerability is real. Like, we're scared to be vulnerable because we are held to the standard, the real man standard of what a man is and who people think a man is. So that's why it's extremely hard for a man to open up. And then when they do open up, if it gets thrown back in their face, it's kind of like, dang, this is why I did not open up. So it's different. It's a fight. It's a fight between ourselves, trying to figure out, is this person trustworthy enough for me to open up? So I think building trust and accord with the person you are opening up to for a man, that's everything. So that's why men do not open up, because you have to build trust between the person you're trying to open up with. And being vulnerable is huge for a man, because if it's taken for granted, it's just gonna hurt your soul. You said that you wanted to add something.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, do you think that a lot of that plays into your first shutdown though? Like the first time you do open up as a young kid and that person tells you to man up, do you think that's the immediate thing where it starts? Like I'm starting to think it's,
I feel like it is the root of it. I mean, because dang, that's crazy. It do start early, because when you are told this is what a man's supposed to be, you're not supposed to be crying. You gotta man up, or I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna do this. It's like rooted, because when you're teaching a child something at a young age, it's gonna carry on to adulthood. And I never realized that it carries on to friendships, relationships, things around that nature. It's gonna carry on to all of that, because if it starts early, it's gonna be rooted there, and it's gonna be hard to change. Okay, what do you guys hope to get out of this group? Anybody can answer.
I mean, I'm learning more about a man's mind, so that helps me from a different perspective. Like I can have somebody else that's willing to share, and I can gain understanding, but that is giving me understanding on how to understand a man.
Okay, so I got a game for you guys. It was gonna be a B game, but we're gonna use cards. You can do the same thing, but we're gonna use cards. This game is for us to connect about ways we can connect with each other. So I'm gonna hand out 9 cards of different colors to all of you guys.
Three of each.
I give you 4, 5, 7. Okay. Basically, this game is okay, so you guys are going to be talking about. You guys are going to talk about shared interests that you guys have. So you guys are going to share your interests with each other, and then if you guys have interests that you guys are both interested to, you guys will hand each other a card. So say you got pink, and you guys have the same interest, you hand her a pink card, and you hand her a pink card.
blue card.
Yeah.
See how interested it is.
Yep. So the goal is to try to finish the cards to see how many interests you guys have all together. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. You guys got 8 minutes to.
They probably didn't do it too.
I'll say you wanna let them do it?
You guys can get some cards.
I guess. So do we write down the interest on here?
No, don't write down your interests. It's a verbal conversation. Verbal conversation between your peers.
So if we have the same interest, we just give each
Yeah,
other
okay.
a call.
it can be hobbies, it can be movies, like those are just some things.
I did
But we
write
probably
down
should do a little closer.
Somebody
Interest.
Okay, so whatever.
I did write them down.
If we have interest.
Yeah.
So our first week is social work. Everybody.
Charles, we was sitting in your office, we wait on you.
I know.
Do we have to write these down or no?
No, don't write them down. Just talk about it. Verbal conversation.
She's the lady over the UC track.
She might have already, she said.
It's a verbal conversation between each other, of interests you guys share. If you guys share similar interests, you guys will switch cards with each other. So you guys got 8 minutes to do it.
My first interest,
Traveling to UC.
everybody English like,
Traveling to UC.
I don't have nothing to write with.
either.
You don't gotta
You don't gotta
write.
write.
You don't gotta write. It's a verbal conversation.
Like, we have the same interest, so like.
It could be a movie, it could be a hobby,
Gardening, outdoors.
it could be favorite TV show, it could be things around that nature. You guys share interests.
I like.
I like to travel.
I like to-
11, 11, 23.
I was never that little pretty girl. I want to be outside getting dirty. Digging in the dirt.
Sometimes Jay used to go out like,
Like, I mean, I can. I mean, I'm pretty.
I like traveling.
I like getting dirty.
Oh, you're going to?
I like hiking.
Yeah.
Uh,
Be outside.
All right.
I like, yeah, I like nature. Who like nature?
Me,
Yeah, I like it.
No,
I got my dog over here. I should back closer. This conversation.
You like.
you see they came out with this trail.
Yeah.
After we just talked about it.
But I was waiting for you to turn yourself in.
I am, I'm gonna do it
You know what
today.
I'm talking about?
Oh, so you go read them?
I'm going to know who's
Only I
gonna be
see-
for y'all.
Can you tell me? I don't know what to say in my thing.
Acting, teaching, drama. Acting, teaching.
Of the award-winning Dr. Bean 3.
But I
wanna
wanted
take
to know
the
what where I turned it in.
Crash course advice.
We create everything. They have another book, but we love waiting on y'all, so. I need you to
I
work.
like gardening, being outdoors, vegan.
I like being outdoors.
planning. Okay, yeah.
And, well, I'm not vegan.
Traveling to
I ain't
UC
running.
for MSW program.
Like, I do wanna do
No,
that.
just traveling, period.
Yeah, you
Right,
got, yeah, traveling.
right, okay. Okay.
We both got pink. Here, I'll just bend the corner of mine so you know you traded me. And then, what's your hobby? You over there quiet.
Snacking,
Talking
sleeping.
shit. That's definitely one of my hobbies.
I see, I don't want to sit that much.
Being with my friends.
They don't want people.
Making money.
I love money.
I know I can get you that.
I like shopping too.
Yeah, me too.
We can all just trade on that one. I don't know how we about to do that, but.
It's okay. I'll just get another side.
No, I think it's hard.
Any other hobbies?
I would say. Somebody would say lately, 3 kids in 2.5 years making babies is one of my hobbies.
See, I was gonna say something.
We can share
I feel like everybody at least likes practicing.
Definitely did that very well.
You had 4?
Hit 4 back to back. I was pregnant for 5 years straight.
That's what I want.
Terrible. Don't recommend.
Oh,
It's good now,
right.
because
yeah,
they're
I
all
know.
big. I ain't got no babies anymore. I be traveling, I can leave them home.
Like, see ya.
They walk home from school too.
Here's your all's flyer right here if you wanted it. Take a picture, spread it around. That's, Dana said it's 11/11/23, all traveling to UC, but nobody from Central can go. However, they can do it like OSU, where they just send up the bus, bring you down.
And what's your?
What you mean, I
So,
They
what,
can't go.
so do you
Like the
spend the night?
teachers.
Oh.
Yeah, they get us
You
all
spend
the
the night,
time.
right?
Right, you do spend the night.
Like,
Nisha
you
set
went-
it up, but she didn't check if me or Nikita could go, and then Nisha's like, well, I can't go. I'm like, why'd you pick that date?
You stupid.
Yeah, because that's a weird date.
Yeah,
11/11 is
we
Veterans Day.
went like
Yeah, that's a really odd date to go.
Right, I'm gonna wrap up the activity.
He's like, dude, it's 11/15.
I'm gonna wrap up the activity. I got a few questions for you guys. I'm gonna wrap up the activity.
I'm ready.
Were you guys able to find commonalities between each other?
Yeah, but nobody took my running one.
Yeah, I was around.
I would take it. Okay, what did you learn about yourself and your own interests in this activity?
Probably that we have a lot more in common than you think.
We do.
Anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
How could you expand or develop your common interests into common activities?
Being open to trying new things, like running.
hiking.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I
I like hiking.
How can we use this activity to find commonalities to help us with difficult relationships in our life?
I guess it can open you up to talk about those difficult. It's a conversation opener. I think the activity is open.
Okay.
yeah, like talking about it instead of like always looking for differences.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this group. I hope you found joy, and I hope it helped you show we have a lot in common. And we need to lean on each other in Black communities to find our place in society.
Does it look suspicious that there's money on the table right before he leaves the group? I'm just kidding.
Nah, you did good.
You did good.
Y'all come on Monday. I'm thinking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry that the shitter was full on Wednesday.
All right.
We had to cancel class. Was there poop everywhere?
I don't know. You did
You
anything.
guys enjoyed it, though? Got me some feedback?
No, I walked in, I'm like, oh, you
Good.
Yeah, no, it's good. I like that. Are you able to take every week a girl circle and mimic it like that and then create a voice council?
But why couldn't you? Isn't it the same? It's
Yeah,
still the same question.
Right,
Listen, I can do it.
right. I know. That could be your paper. You cite girl circle and then
Make it a book.
publish it and run with it. Sell it for 10 grand like they sell girl circle.
That would be smart, 'cause for males, you can change that to fit your own.
Boys council instead of girl circle.
Yeah, that'd be cool though.
Man, I would be crazy with a boys circle.
Yeah,
I could do it.
But you
Yeah.
really need to. Do you
I know.
Do you know how successful you would be though? Because do you know how many little boys, like for instance, on my son's football team, that need a boys circle?
Yes.
Like a real place. Like,
Right. Yeah.
It's needed. It's needed. Really.
Yeah.
And
boys-
football just ain't it, because that's the number one place they tell you to be quiet and man up.
Right. Shut up. Do push-ups.
Yeah.
I was
For
on
real.
that field, 6 years old. I know how that is.
Do 10 more push-ups.
Man, it's awful.
Explosions.
He making them off on the other coach.
Our coach would spill his dip spit on us, like he'd be like walking around like, do some push-ups. Shut up, boy. He was a jerk, actually. He really was a
A lot of coaches.
jerk. I think that's why I went to soccer and cross country instead of football.
Mhm. That makes sense though. The soccer and cross country is like calmer.
It is a little calmer. There is a lot of contact in soccer, but you're right. It's, I got a separated shoulder in soccer. So apparently November 11th, Dana is going to host you
Who is
guys. Dana is the director of the program.
Oh, okay.
Haven't you been texting Ebony? Did she not text back?
Yeah, she had, but she basically just brushed me off and was like, this is a new person for the trip.
Oh, she did? Who? Who's the new person?
Nisha.
She sent you a Nisha?
But Nisha's been emailing me back, but she also was like.
Out of here, guy.
She told me.
All right.
Have a good day.
See ya.
She told me I was going to be, it was. they
Did
were
you in your
sending
class?
Information out last weekend, but they didn't.
Bye.
Right.
Ooh.
So I,
You guys have a nice day. Anybody in here? No.
She told me she was following up with them that day and I'm the first to know.
Right.
What should I say about trio, thing?
Listen,
Okay, you
we
got-
are